Have you ever known the right thing to do, but doing so make you lose some friends, respect, or approval? Anyone? Okay. Sometimes faith isn't about what you say, it's about what you refuse to stop doing. Daniel's story shows us what faith looks like when obedience becomes wisdom. Background check on top of Daniel, if you don't know. Daniel was a young man serving in a powerful government. God had given him wisdom, and because of that, the king planned to put Daniel in charge over everyone else. That made some people mad. They watched Daniel closely, trying to find something wrong with him, but they couldn't. In Daniel 6:4, find no corruption in him because he was trustworthy, neither corrupt. So they came up with a plan. They convinced the king to make a law for 30 days. No one could pray to any god except the king. If everyone disobeyed, they would be thrown into the lion's den. In the moment of decision, Daniel knew the law was signed. Now pause right there. This is a moment where faith gets real. Daniel 6:10. Now when Daniel knew that the writing was signed, he went home and in his upper room with his windows open toward Jerusalem. He knelt down on his knees 3 times that day and prayed and gave thanks for his God, as was he custom since early days. Daniel didn't panic, he didn't hide, he didn't change. He prayed like he always had. What do you think Daniel kept praying, or why he kept praying? A, he forgot about the law, he didn't care, or B, he didn't care about consequences. C, prayer was more important to him than comfort. Right. So, yeah. Faith doesn't disappear under pressure, it shows up. The cost of faith. Daniel was arrested and brought to the king. The king liked Daniel and tried to save him, but the law couldn't be changed. So Daniel was thrown into the lion's den. Daniel 6:16. May your God, whom you serve, continually deliver you. Imagine that night, dark, quiet, and lions surrounding him. No crowd, no backup plan, just God. If that were you in that situation, what would you do? Surrounded by lions. Pray. God shows up. Early the next morning, the king ran to the den. Daniel 6:20-22. Daniel, servant of the living God, has your God, whom you serve continually, been able to deliver you from the lions? And Daniel said, my God sent his angel and shut the lions' mouths, so that they have not hurt me. God didn't remove the lions, he removed their power. Daniel walked out untouched. The result, Daniel 6:26, for he is a living God and steadfast forever. He delivers and rescues. Because one young man stayed faithful, an entire kingdom heard about God. What can this teach us? Well, faith is built before pressure comes. Obedience matters when no one is cheering, so when no one's looking, always stay obedient to God. You don't have to be loud, just faithful. Daniel didn't wait until trouble came to trust God. He trusted God daily, and that the faith carried him through the den. You may never face lions, but you'll face pressure to stay quiet, pressure to fit in, and pressure to compromise. Will you still pray, and will you still stand? Will you still trust God when it costs you? God may not keep you out of every hard situation, but he will meet you in it. Like he is, he's in the midst of our battles every day. Stay faithful when it's uncomfortable, obey God when it's unpopular, and trust God when the outcome is unknown. Because staying faithful is always worth it, even when it's hard. Your obedience today can become a testimony tomorrow.
Good word, William. Did you guys understand that? You guys know the story of Daniel, right? In lion's den. So he did not give up, right? Even though they threatened him, his people, and the other prophets, right? He was gonna kill them because what was the story? Anybody knows the story why he was thrown into the lion's den? Huh? He was praying what?
He didn't listen.
3 times a day, right?
He didn't listen to the law.
He didn't listen to the law. Why? Because he loved God no matter what. Yeah?
What was the law? No,
No, they were like other. Oh, you're asking. What was the law? What was the law, guys? You guys know?
I'm pretty sure the law was because no pray because they were saying that there's only one
God.
God, which was the king, but then the king believed in God too.
They were jealous of him too, the other leaders. So they saw him praying, and then they told on him. They told him to the king, like, oh, he's not listening to you. Even though you made up all these laws, he's not listening. He's still praying. So the king signed this decree that whoever prays to their God, because he only wanted them to pray to him. So he said, okay, whoever's going to pray to their God is gonna be thrown into the lion's den. But that did not stop Daniel. He still prayed. He was faithful. Yeah. So if you guys face what Loyal said, you're gonna get face peer pressure. You're gonna talk, people not gonna like you. It's okay. Just be faithful. Be faithful to serve the Lord and continue to serve the Lord. Amen. Don't be afraid. Just like what happened to us during COVID time, right? We were like a prisoner. We cannot go out. We just cannot go to school. We cannot come to church. Right? Cannot go to work, everything. But that did not stop us, right? We still pray to God. Amen? So that should not stop us from doing anything good. Amen? So always pray. Okay? Okay!